Hey butterflies, welcome back to Evolving Butterfly Goddess with me, Moe Nicole. Here we are all about evolving out loud in our life, our money, and our purpose through the energy of our ancestors. And thank you for your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes here on the channel. It is always appreciated. And a major hello to all of the new butterflies that we have here in this village. Hey y'all! We up in here evolving and growing, honey. And to those who have left the village, that's fine too. I still love you. So we are getting into our 222 message today. So first off, before we start, I have officially released my angel number guidebook. Okay, so it's an ebook in form right now, and I may release it on Amazon as a book, but for right now it's an ebook on my website. If you're interested in it, feel free to check out the links and things down below for my website to check that out. It's angel numbers all the way up to 1,000, and then I have the most common 4-digit angel numbers as well, and then it also tells you how to read the angel numbers that are more than 3 digits and things of that nature. So feel free to check that out. And if you want to join my Butterfly School of Transformation or my Butterfly Garden over on my website, those members get a copy for free. So I thank you all. So we are getting into the 222 energy. And so 2 is a number of connection. It's a number of balance. It's a number of joining together, okay? It's a number of the dichotomy, okay? And so we have 3 2s there. 3 is a number of manifesting. It's a number of perception. It's the number of communication. It's also the number of magic, honey, okay? Yes, the magic. So when we say speak things into existence and what it is that you are hoping to bring into your space, that's what do we mean. It's that number 3, which is why we notice with a lot of religions, they use 3 as being a very divine number, okay? And so in this message, y'all, I was feeling something as I was coming on, meditating on the energy of what's going on. And I feel the collective is in a space right now to where you have been making different changes to come into balance with yourself, okay? You've been coming into a space where you've been accepting all sides of yourself. You've been accepting the sides of yourself that, you know, in the past you may have seen as not being like, you know, very good. It may have been like a little off-putting, you know, it may have had you feeling like, I don't know if I want to accept this, but you've been accepting all sides of yourself, okay? And in you accepting all sides of yourself, you may have been finding people who didn't see the true authentic you starting to fall away, okay? And this is a message of letting you know that's perfectly fine. It's all in alignment. So I want you to think of like a scale, okay? So think of what a scale, and if a scale, you know, one thing has too much on one side, right? So for example, say if you're channeling too much of your dark, right? So when looking at, this is your dark and this is your light with the scale. Remember, scales is the number 2. So as you start balancing that dark with the light to come up here, in order to balance it, you gotta take some of the dark off, okay? Some of the dark has to come off of that scale for it to then come up and be balanced with the light energy, okay? So you're going to find as you become more balanced within yourself and who you are, those who are not quite in that space or are not on that same journey as you anymore, they're going to fall off, and it needs to happen in order for you to have that direct balance, okay? Because you may not realize how, for example, with certain friends, all you do is gossip and talk about things that's not really conducive for you, your growth, your development, your job, whatever the case is. They're always complaining. They just want to hear, you know, who is, you know, backstabbing, gossiping, you know, those people who are just stuck in that energy, they're not really balanced. They're not trying to find that balance, right? When you start living in that balance, it starts ruffling their feathers, and either they're going to balance with you or they're going to fall away, okay? And so some of you all may have had some people falling away, and you may have been wondering like, oh, well, why are they falling away? Why is this happening? It's just the law of order. It's the law of life, okay? It's the universal law of life. And the easier and the more you allow things to happen, you allow it to flow the way that it needs to flow, you'll find yourself moving forward easier, okay? But we're gonna get into some cards. I'm drinking my Keep It Up Hunty, okay? Because while I was going on vacation, ciao. Heidi, go get into that. But let's get into this message, y'all. This is my herbal deck. If you're interested in it, I know I have more readers who are watching my channel now. If you're interested in this deck, all of my decks are in my Amazon storefront down below, except the decks that I've created myself, and I don't have them for sale yet. But all decks that I use are down in my Amazon store, okay? I'll start letting you all know more often which deck I'm using, just to become more aware to the other readers who are here. So you have the 10 of Fire that's coming out with the Comfrey, starting your reading off with the Ace of Water, the Plantain, and then the 4 of Water. Okay, this makes a lot of freaking sense, okay? So the 10 of Fire is a very heavy energy, okay? It's a burdensome. 10 of Fire, the 10 of Wands is very burdensome. Something that's just heavy, it's on your back. And it's like you're in the space of releasing the pressure, okay? Or the pressure is releasing itself so that you can be flowing like water again, like this Ace of Water. I want you to think of it as, you know how streams, the stream is flowing, but if there's a bunch of rocks or a dam or whatever the case is in that place of that stream, it blocks it. It blocks it so that the stream can't flow properly. But I feel like Spirit is putting you into alignment to where your stream is flowing. It's flowing in alignment now. It's flowing in perfect balance now, okay? And that's a positive for you. And don't take that as being a loss, because we are just like water, which is why our bodies are made up of majority of water, okay? And anything else that needs water to grow and live is a friend to you, okay? Which is why I love plants. And I was like, okay, I needed to start putting my plants more, I wanted to start incorporating it more into my set. Like I have plants and flowers all out there and plants over there. I got my plant, like I love plants and flowers. Like I'm one of those people who buy myself flowers every week. But instead of me just keeping it, you know, over in my little dining area for me, I was like, let me start placing it over here for the butterflies to see, you know, because we're all blossoming and blooming together. And I feel like the more you start showing yourself and your authentic self and what you love and who you are, that's when you'll be attracting even more of that energy of what you're putting out there, okay? So anything else that needs water to grow should be a friend of yours. I'm gonna take a sip today. As Rihanna said, and I'll drink today. All right. So then now we're at our 4 of Water with this mint, which is very refreshing, okay? The 4 of Water in my other deck, it shows the man, he's sitting there, right? And it's the 4 of Ankh, and people are like trying to give him an Ankh. They're trying to give him something of life. But to him, he knows who he is now. He's at this place of balance to where he's at a refreshing place in his life, to where he's very apprehensive to look at what it is that he takes in and allows into his life and his spirit at this time, okay? And I feel like as you separate from the burdensome energy, because water drowns out fire, okay? Fire is masculine energy. It consumes, it takes up things, it kills things, okay? Water gives life. And so you are walking into more of your life type of energy, okay? And with this 4 of Water, with this mint, is very refreshing. But when you become refreshing, you're going to realize people who need that refreshment, they're going to come trying to take it like that fire, okay? Because fire needs oxygen to keep going. It needs it to keep going. So it needs your oxygen. Oxygen is what we talk. That's oxygen, what we breathe in, what we're doing, right? And so although it's also a living thing, fire needs something else to live. And only water can drown it out. You're in the space now where you're learning how to drown out the fire that was consuming you. And a lot of the fires in our life is anger, unresolved trauma, rage. You feel me? So as we start healing those, which is why we're starting our Divine Soul Therapy sessions next week. I'm so excited. It's going to be a weekly therapy session, but publicly I'm only releasing every other week. And then the other 2 weeks are going to be in my membership area as a part of, because they're the ones who recommended, you know, that I do these. So I am going to be keeping some of them that we go a little bit more deeper in the membership area. But This is just giving an energy of you're learning how to break free of some of the things, right? And you have this reconciliation at the bottom of the deck. I feel like you're reconciling with a part of yourself that you may have once allowed to die, or you never gave the oxygen to for it to really live. You never fed it the water. You never nourished it for it to be able to live and succeed. But I feel like you're now taking that courage to step out and do the things that you've always wanted to do, but you've been allowing other people to consume you. Another way that we get consumed with fire is through fear. We have new beginnings, baby. And that's coming out over the Ace of Water, which is a new beginnings energy, okay? So you are walking into this state of new beginnings because you are learning more of who you are and your life purpose. You're walking into your purpose. Now, whether your purpose is a teacher, an educator, a doctor, a healer, an entrepreneur, a musician, a carpenter, okay, just a mother, whatever. Let me not say just a mother, because baby, first off, the mamas be working, okay? So I apologize, mamas, for saying that just, okay? I apologize. And that may have came from, because some people may be seeing y'all as if, oh, you're just a stay-at-home mom and da-da-da. You got one of the hardest jobs here on this earth, because you are nurturing our next generation, okay? Period. So I apologize for saying that word. That was wrong of me. But this is giving an energy of whatever you are meant to do. And speaking of that, you may even be a doula, okay? As I share with you all, I am a doula of life as well as death. I am a doula of life and death, which is why I have such a strong connection to the ancestral realm. That's something that I was giving as being part of my purpose here on this earth. And when I started finally embracing the parts of myself that was held captive when I was younger, or I was afraid to tap into because of what people would say and do, I was living in this mental purgatory. And it's when you allow yourself to break free and go into those new beginnings with that Ace of Water, and you start feeding it life, you'll notice the difference, baby. And it's like, don't be afraid of the people and things that may not resonate with your new energy and who you are now, because that's why it's evolving. That's why this is evolving butterfly, because you get to see my evolution, okay? And you are either evolving with me, or you evolve to a certain space and go somewhere else, which is why even in my membership program, like I have some, like their gifts are starting to pick up in so many different ways. Like they're evolving into them and their self. And I love to see you, honey, okay? Because it's the butterfly garden. So this is just giving me an energy of allow things to happen because it's happening for a divine purpose. Okay. Let me see if I have. We're going to do a butterfly effect. So I think it's a butterfly effect up in here. It's a butterfly effect. Effect. It's a butterfly effect. A effect. Time to change some energy. Change some energy. Time to check your energy. Check your energy. Let's see what's going on with the butterfly effect, okay? To the newbies, the butterfly effect is something that I started on my channel a couple of years ago, actually, into which we talk about the butterfly effect phenomenon, okay? How an interaction with someone in your life can change the entire trajectory, or you changing your perception on something can change the entire trajectory of a situation, okay? All right, you have the 7272. Take a chill pill. Slow down and reassess what is going on around you. You may be overstimulated and are being called to take a step back and breathe. That's that fire, okay? That's that consumption of the fire, because breathing, it takes oxygen to do that, okay? And so it also takes oxygen to make H2O, okay? But it's just giving a sense of, as you're going through this process and these changes, allow yourself to go with the flow. You don't have to make this change overnight. Change doesn't happen overnight. Everything has been a slow progress of getting here. Who I am today has been a slow process of different things, different realizations, different revelations that have come over time. So give yourself grace. No matter what you do, give yourself grace. There's another. Where's that? Oh, it's right here. Okay, where's that deck? Give yourself grace. It's giving an energy of grace. Yes, spirituality. For a lot of you all, it may be in the sense of spirituality, or if you have changing perceptions when it comes to your spirituality, or learning how to incorporate your spirituality in your day-to-day work, okay? And when you start incorporating, like, you shouldn't have to hide yourself. And that's something I've come to learn. You shouldn't have to hide yourself. So for example, one thing that made me such an amazing teacher and to have great relationships with my students, with the motivation, was that I brought in my spirituality into my work. Now, was it accepted by everyone? No, which is why I got targeted a lot, okay? But the energy in my space was like none other, okay? And it's giving a sense of, if you have time, and this is 7-7, I was thinking about doing another 777 message. I wasn't going to do it today, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask Spirit on that one, if that's going to be a member video or I'm going to ask, because what just came to me, okay, sorry. It's giving an energy of, if you can't be yourself authentically in a space, it's self-sabotage to stay. It's self-sabotage to stay, okay? And when you are working on your alignment and you spend most of your time having to fight off energies that's really not yours, that could be tiresome at times, okay? So whatever you do, keep connecting with yourself and your new self, and allow things to flow and to happen, and keep being that water and be around water. Okay? I love you all. And as always, always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Period. And as always, continue to bloom. I want to show y'all my plants. So it was still growing a little bit while I was gone. My friend was plant sitting for my major plants. But you see it blooming? It's blooming. We're all blooming here. So shout out to the members who've been here since we started this flower. Period. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.